Hi, this is Cindy Herb, the Joyful Survivor. I'm back with Charles Crooks, who is a shaman here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Thank you, Charles, for being with us today.
Thank you very much.
Now, let's talk a little bit about shamanism, since you are a shaman. Where can somebody learn about shamanism? You know, where do you suggest they go if they want to learn about it? How did you learn about it?
Mine was a little bit different. I performed an act that caught the attention of an individual. That individual and another individual at different locations ran configuration checks to figure out who I was. Then after that, they matched up and they tested me for a year before I even knew anything was up. And next thing you know, I'm on a camping trip out in the desert. And I ended up taking my journey there, and it took me about 3 years to fully recuperate from that one. So that was one of those unusual situations, and because of the type of tradition I'm particularly involved in. Now, to answer the question, where would somebody go for shaman training? I'm sure there's a lot of people in the various traditions that do offer classes, and but I have not kept up on that side of things.
So, could anybody become a shaman?
Yeah.
If they so desired.
Well, it has to do with what they've done in the past, what their nature is, what their goals are, in other words, what they want to do. Do they want to become a shaman because they want the power and all that? Well, those people will fail.
Oh, it's not about power.
Notice it.
Oh, what's it about? Helping others?
Enhancing humanity.
Enhancing humanity.
Yeah. Basically raising humanity from the low level that it's become into a higher spiritual level.
The higher spiritual levels of like the celestial realm that you were talking about?
In other words, because humanity has evolved into a very low state, and so the goal is to kind of bump it up a little bit.
Oh. And I know, because Charles offers classes here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, guys, and sometimes he does something called initiation. What is initiation, Charles?
There are two types of initiatic processes, actually three. The only two we're concerned of here is the system initiation and the rare initiation. System initiation is designed that you go through steps and various things, and that causes the idea is to bring about what is called a rare initiation. A rare initiation is where the light fills your system and you let go of a whole bunch of stuff that you no longer need.
So, how do you know? You don't initiate everybody, but at some point, like I know you did some stuff with me once. I don't know if it was an initiation, but you do that periodically. And how do you know? You don't initiate everybody.
Of course not. That'd be silly.
How do you know?
I look.
Okay. I guess that was a dumb question.
No, it's a good question. It's a fair question. Yeah.
So, another thing I want to, I'm looking at your website.
Okay, now let me go back and let me add to that, because that is true, I do look, but however, it is the dedication of the individual to the higher principles. Is what's one of the green flags we see.
So the character that's within them?
The character of the individual, how they've developed, what they plan to do with it. Yeah. So that's really one of the factors that's very, very important.
All right. So, your website, there's something on your website that says, doing good work. Can you explain what is the good work that you're speaking of on your website? I want to know what that is.
Knowing the sense of humor that you have and all that, I'm very tempted to basically say walking little old ladies across the boardwalk across, the Boy Scouts. However, the good work has to do with any action that is devoted for the task and purpose of enhancing the constructive attributes of humanity's existence.
Wow, that's pretty powerful. So, it's like they already have to have a certain measure of moral character to do the good work?
Oh, no.
Anybody can do good work.
I would not use the term moral character. I would use the term constructive, because moral character is a little strange. I mean, you got some places where it's considered moral. It's considered moral to kill somebody in their faith. It's a moral thing to do, or whatever the thing is, and so no, I would not use the term moral. However, I would probably prefer to use the term constructive and also benevolent.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Um, you have certain practices that you teach exercises. So tell us about the system that you develop for clearing issues with mother and father. And you've talked about people having issues with mother and father in previous videos. So explain to us, some of the systems that you've developed.
Not so much a system, but let's look at how it works. Okay. When somebody takes that first breath, the first thing that happens is they look around and see the universe in perfect balance. And the intellect is formed at that very point in time. When the intellect is formed, its primary job is to protect the body at all costs. The intellect, looking around the universe and see everything in perfect balance, basically makes a statement. Everything I see is in perfect balance. In order to protect the body, I must become equal to or greater than that which I perceive. So the intellect starts collecting information. It doesn't have the ability, for one thing, because it wants to be perfect, it gets everything. Well, it discovers its five senses don't work, it discovers the parents aren't balanced, it discovers religion doesn't work, nothing works, they can't get perfection. And the funny thing is, the big cheese in the sky, as the expression goes, let forth a little thing called pi to let us know it can't be done in the physical realm.
So you're talking about
Perfection.
Perfection, pi like 3.14, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that's right. We can see it, but we can't calculate it. So anyway, as the intellect is collecting information, it has no filters, so it doesn't know the difference between constructive and destructive, and it doesn't know on how things function. But it also makes a lot of conclusions based upon this information. Because, for example, a 5-year-old only has so much information, and father, coming back on one Saturday being in a bad mood, 5-year-old doesn't know that father just blew up the car.
Oh.
And so he rebuffs the child, and the child says, "Well, I must have done something wrong. It's because father's angry, so I need to be punished." And that's that reality that sets in. And that individual actually ended up attracting, and this was '97. I ran into this person. Actually ended up attracting several abusive husbands. I went ahead and pulled that belief, and she's never been touched since.
And just for everybody's clarification, when Charles is talking about blowing up the car, he's not talking about getting a stick of dynamite.
Well, I don't know how the father blew up the car, but he was in a bad mood, let's put it that way. He might have used some dynamite, I don't know. I don't know where the story started. Maybe it was East Texas. Dynamite could be possible.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Well, it's a farming area.
Well, it has been a fun time talking to Charles today. As you can tell, he has an excellent sense of humor. Charles, I want to thank you for talking to us today. If we wanted to find you, I know we can find you at healerofheartsandminds.com and
Shamanic-enterprises.com.
Thanks again. Have a great day.
Thank you.